Hello, everyone. Welcome. How's everybody doing? Hello, Sneakernets. Hello, Lawn Dog. Hello, Navjack. Hello, Chewy Mushroom. Hello, Time Slip. Marmot. Space Hopper Copter. Thank you for the 70 bits. Hickther, hello. Wave Symphony. Welcome. What good music this game has. What good music this game has. Also the one I'm going to be playing today. But also this one. Hope everybody's having a good weekend so far. It's Saturday, right? Saturday? There's still a fly in here. It's still distracting me. Welcome, everyone. Welcome! Welcome! Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all having a great time. Today, we're gonna play Castlevania, Lament of Innocence. We've got just the final area, the last approximately 15% of the game to do. Plus the secret stuff, secret boss. And then if there's time, which I expect there will be, it's not going to be a super long stream today unless I get really into something, but if there's time, we're going to start a new game. I'm hoping I got some work to do, but I've got backfill for it anyway. But I'm thinking this might be a return to the Saturday-Sunday schedule. Console games on Saturday, computer games on Sundays. We might stick to that for a while. But I gotta... Oh, that sounds delicious, Martin. That sounds delicious.
Window!
Oh, Tonal Tadara, welcome. Yeah, let's not bring that commentary here, Sneakernets. Another thing that I'm going to be doing over time, it's okay. That's why I want to address this, is that I want to try to keep complaint culture out of the stream. I think it's something that, like, I'll be doing enough complaining for all of us when I play a frustrating game. What I don't want people, like, using that as an opportunity to air their negativity. So I want to keep things for myself and for everyone, for everyone watching. I want to keep it something that's, like, all the time enjoyable and, you know, a fun place to relax and not a party, not a therapy session. Shadrock, thank you for the 300 bits. We're going to get some good material out of that. I want it to be a place where you can come and push the fun buttons and get some good results. Anyway, today we're going to start off with Castlevania Lament of Innocence. I don't even need to change my title because I played it yesterday. Wanted to finish this before the end of the month, which we've done. Haha! I got your messages, by the way, Shadrock. That sounds about right. What I figure is, if it can be made to work, great. If not, Esports gets a free X Station. Right? Also, side note, probably a fairly beneficial thing for you in esports to have direct communication as well, because of precisely that like he might be able to help you out on projects, back and forth kind of stuff. So anyway, let's get started. Let's go to the PS2 scene. Let's start the PS2 up. Yeah, I figured if you two are in good contact as well, that's beneficial for everyone. Yeah, Soppy, thank you for the 71 bits. I hope it's a breakfast thing. Shadrock has more X stations than he knows what to do with.
Korath attacked.
It's gonna take a minute. It's still doing the It's still doing Shadrock's ooze. I am drinking coffee. My giant cup of coffee. It's actually, this is a smaller cup than the cup I usually use. The secret of the ooze. Get it? I think I can safely assign like half a GPU to each of the modules, because the modules aren't going to be active at the same time unless I fix that.
I'm going to give him 100 bits. I'm going to go.
Sneaker next to the 100 Ls. Good. Wonder why it's taken so long. I know these usually take a while, but...
Once upon a time, a blue-eyed boy from the Old West learned...
Anonymous Gifter, thank you for gifting a sub to Tonal Tadara.
That evil was bigger than his
Enjoy your gift sub.
So he
Emotes, ad-free viewing.
Master to the Far East, where he learned the secrets of the sword and came back home with the heart of a ghost and the soul of a samurai.
Let's see.
Local feudal lords ruled power. The first knights simply protected their
What do I want?
domains. However, with the reforms of the late 11th century,
Oh, there it is. Never mind.
they valued courage and honor, fighting heretics and heathens in God's name. In this age,
You got a hype train too, by the way.
Hot Dog Sunday.
Hot Dog Sunday! Thank you for the 10 bits, Tonal Tadara.
Oh, strawberries.
To glory and victory!
Oh,
This is a conversation between Del, the dark human male, and the
Oh, no.
zombie. Del, gimme a dagger. Zombie, shut up. Del, I'm a Kravak.
Including
Zombie,
Stitch.
Kravak, zombie, get the fuck out of my way. Zombie drops the knife to the floor and we hear dialogue intercut with his high-pitched screaming. Del, screaming, get out of my way. The zombie turns around and stares at Del with an expression that combines total disdain and utter hostility. The zombie drags Del towards the door and slamming it closed. Del, no. Zombie starts an audible jerk as he tries to tear away the large rectangle of plastic. Del, screaming, no. Zombie, no. The sound of the zombie slamming the door rapidly fades away and we hear the music of the spheres.
Good.
One more time. Okay, let's move on. Del, unhinged, looks at his phone, walks towards it, then he...
pleased to meet you. I am the master of the castle, Walter Bernhard. Give back Sarah. Do not rush. Your lady is here.
Sarah! Why? Why won't she answer?
It seems the lady is tired. It seems you are too. Rest.
What?
Triple back
Well.
whip.
That whip is Ronaldo's, is it?
My attack doesn't work.
I see. It's just as that knight said. Very well. You've made it this far. I'll return her as a reward.
Sarah!
I'll be in the throne room on the highest floor. I look forward to you making it there alive.
Oh no, she's vampire.
Leon, is that you?
You're awake. Thank goodness. A friend is waiting for us. Let's go see him first. Sarah, this way. Sarah, what's the matter?
What's all
Hype
this
train
racket?
success.
Ronaldo, Sarah suddenly.
Oh
No.
no.
Scam train.
You go
481
inside.
bits.
But
One sub
There's
gift.
nothing you can do. Wait quietly inside.
Thank you
all right,
for the scam train.
please. Take care of Sarah.
Oh, the shield got her. She's a vampire.
I'm gonna give him 100 bits.
Shadrach
I'm
needs
gonna go
100 bits.
LOL.
What's Sarah doing?
She's sleeping in the back.
What in the world happened?
The barrier around this house. It responded.
What are you saying? That's not possible.
There's no use hiding it. So I'll tell you plainly. That girl's been tainted by the vampire.
You're lying. That can't be.
Why would I lie to you? You must accept the truth.
Please. Tell me you're lying.
Fine,
She
I'm
is
lying.
not a vampire yet, to be precise. She won't even be aware of it. But as time passes, she will gradually lose her humanity. Like my daughter.
Is there anything I can do?
The only thing would be to defeat Walter immediately.
Leon's feathered hair
Tell me,
cracks me up.
is this whip effective against him?
Why do you ask?
I tried to strike him with it, but it didn't seem to work.
It is as I thought then. It didn't even work for you.
Isn't there another way?
Well, there is, but
Tell me, I'll do anything.
then let me ask you this. Can you kill that girl?
What are you saying?
If you make the whip complete, you can destroy him. But in order to do that, you need a tainted soul. One that trusts you, and one that you can trust.
I abandoned everything in order to save Sarah. I could never do such a thing.
Even knowing she's not human, it's a difficult thing to do. I'm not surprised.
Is she really? Is Sarah really?
There's no doubt about it. I confirmed the bite mark. The fact that the barrier responded is proof above all else.
Sarah!
Did she overhear us just now?
Sarah!
Please, stay away.
Sarah, calm down. Did you hear us talking? It's okay. Please, trust me. I will save you. I will. You'll see.
I appreciate how you feel, but I have no time left.
No time?
I can feel it.
I'm gonna
Hey,
give him
Mr.
100
Raider.
bits. I'm gonna give him
Breaking
100
my blood is growing cold. Feel myself changing into something inhuman. If my soul can save others, then I won't die in vain. I do not want anyone else.
Tainted soup.
If you still love me, please.
Tainted soul, 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 tainted soul,
How do you think Sarah
tainted soul,
feels?
tainted soul.
I do know, but...
Leon, all that is needed now is your resolve.
Leon, I will be with you.
Also, as a prequel, this scene is it loses some weight
What must I do?
So,
because clearly Leon remarried
you've decided
and had children.
you must enter into a blood covenant with Sarah's soul. Focus your spirit on Sarah.
Play techno.
All becomes one in infinity. The tainted soul joins his undesired and cursed soul. His blood accepts your hatred for the power to slay your kind. Now, use the whip against Sarah.
I swear to you, no more will suffer your fate!
And thus bondage was invented.
Thank you, Leon.
Oh shit.
Sarah.
Yep. He's getting a lot of echoes screaming straight into the ground.
That was one of the forbidden secrets described in the book belonging to Matthias's family. Now that whip has become the bane of the children of the night.
Hey, it's your boy Jay. How's it going?
Yes, I can tell.
It is Optimus Mega.
The power of hatred and destruction that the whip has against vampires.
I'm sorry, Leon.
It couldn't be helped. It is no one's fault. It was what Sarah wanted.
I need a fucking rim shot.
Are you going already?
Yes. I must keep the promise I made to Sarah.
I need
I
a rim
see.
shot for every time.
Come back again anytime.
For every time it
I
can't
can
be
be of
helped.
some help to you.
Did you just give him the finger?
Welcome. What would you like?
Yes, Soppy, thank you for the 71 bits.
Anything else?
It must be tough, but hang in there.
That's another one. We talked about this the other day.
Donut lasagna.
Oh. Lasagna. Eh? Game? You okay? Game have problem. Okay. Hopefully we can skip those cutscenes. Yeah. 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 Well, gotta reset. It can't be helped. What's the other one? That they say all the time. That gets translated as like, take it easy, don't try too hard. Whatever he said right before it crashed. Playing hardcore in English with a patch to add the health back, but it feels a little dirty. I mean, it's still hardcore, right? It's still Contra hardcore. Like, everybody talks about how good Contra hardcore is, and like, I played it, and it's not. It's like, I don't know. I think Konami's output on the Sega Genesis was like they were trying to be Treasure and failing. I mean, it looks good, yeah. But it also looks like it's trying to be Treasure and failing.
In an
And like, same thing for Castlevania Genesis, right? Like, Castlevania Genesis just doesn't play very good to me compared to even its 8-bit contemporaries. It's a huge step backwards in play feel and like quality, but it does a lot of hardware tricks. There's a lot of neat stuff that it does, and it looks good. But like, compare that with like McDonald's Treasureland Adventures, right? And it's like, oh, okay. Compare that with Gunstar Heroes or Rocket Knight. Rocket Knight? Was Rocket Knight the treasure team before they left? Or Alien Soldier, right?
It's so good.
Oh wait, we gotta go in the castle.
Yum!
But yeah, I think that Bloodlines and Hardcore just aren't very good games. They're excellent tech demos and they're good artist showcases, but they're not very good games, sadly. Yeah, there's a special item that lets you run through the candles. Yes, Hoppy, thank you for the
Strawberry pot pie.
Okay. Not bad. Strawberry pot pie. I would eat it. I'm concerned about the giant strawberry, but... Okay, can we skip? We can skip. Make sure we can do this without it crashing.
Welcome. What would you like today? Is that all? What would you like today? Change your mind, is that all?
It must be tough, but hang in there.
Yeah, that. It must be tough, but hang in there. Is that like a guaranteed crash? What the fuck? That's weird, yo. Being unable to use the being unable to use the shop from this point on would be disastrous. 70 bits. Oh, boy. They just can't seem to 70 bits. Just a pot pie. Ganbate. I don't know. Would Ganbate be like... Oh, no, wait. That's not... No, that is. 70 bits. Oh, boy. So you're gonna sing with the 70 bits. I was gonna say, what's the It's what is it? Fazanadu says this from time to time, right? Where they like say, "Don't try too hard," or like,
In an era,
"Don't overexert yourself." Not quite take it easy, right? Not quite take it easy, but like there's a common phrase in Japanese that gets translated a variety of ways, but it's not quite as common. No, it's not take it easy. Take it easy is different than what I'm talking about. It's like it often comes off awkwardly because like it's usually said as a response when you like save your game or something like that. So like you'll save your game and they'll be like, don't overdo it, don't try too hard. And it sounds like they're telling you to give up in a way, right? Let's do this. Let's save it. Not that. It's not that phrase. It's not that phrase. It's absolutely not that phrase is what I've been saying. It is not the same phrase as... I used to know what that was. I know. I'm fully clarifying that other people already misidentified that, and I want to be 100% clear that it's absolutely not that. It is not the phrase that I'm talking about. But yes, there was. There is the weird blob monsters saying a different common phrase that translates roughly to take it easy. Which is, what's their names? The PC-88 Danmaku game. Hey, Baines. I think Bia and you knew the phrase before.
Welcome back. What would you like? Is that all?
Okay. Is it gonna crash?
It must be time.
Okay.
Welcome back. What would you like? Is that all? What would you like? Anything? What would, is that? What would you? You can't carry anything. Anything? I appreciate your business.
Okay. We can store. Who's the best Castlevania character? Who's the best Castlevania character? Owl Knight? Probably. Ha! Yeah. It can't be helped. Shogunai. Chikataganai. Yes, Hoppy, thank you for the 71 bits.
Cookies smoothie.
You know? Doesn't look that bad. Boink, 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 boink. Ooh, they give you all the weapons right here. Space Apricot, please.
Grape covered in gravy.
Oh, grape feed. Mr. Radon thing with the 86 bits.
Sandwich covered in mayonnaise.
Oh, yep, that's the yellow of mayonnaise. You can't, you can do that. Okay, that works. It looks more like Béarnaise. Béarnaise kid ladies. Did it automatically equip Vampire Killer? It sure did. Ding 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 ding. Oh shit. He farted a lot. He got super armor too. Eat shit, dummy! Jerk. Well, HP max up. Yes, I'll be thinking for the 7 bits.
Apple pie.
There it is. Apple pie. This game has a handful of flaws, but like overall, other than not being properly prepared for it at the like at the time when it came out, like I think importantly, like, and unlike Devil May Cry, like, this is a game where it's like, hey, there's a finite amount of stuff you can do, and it's not meant to be some, like, skill showcase. It's a game that has a story, a start, middle, and an end, and a bunch of areas. And you're not supposed to go for some, like, crazy hard whatever the fuck. I really want to get my MP back, but these hits are really hard to time. I guess I'll do it later. There's, like, one thing this game has that irritates me is that, like, especially if you don't know what you're doing, there is a fair amount of, like, time wasting going on. Okay, you can't do that. You can just jump over them. Yes, stop taking stuff in your face.
Curry donut.
Oh, curry donut. Disgusting. Ooh. Alan Wake 2 is an interesting thing because, like, we've got these dudes. I don't remember what... There's something special about this room, and I don't remember what it is. Is it that these enemies in particular drop something special? This game also does something really good, which is like it doesn't punish you for like fucking up a combo. You can just mash until you get to the hit that you want to go off. Because it doesn't, like, unnecessarily buffer stuff. Chubo, how's it going? These guys have so many hit points. Hold on a second. Greatest Arcrum cover of all time. Oh, weirdo. What's going on here? These guys seem to have infinite hit points. Oh, right, I remember now. One of these is the real dude. It's the one that, like, runs away from you. Oh, right. I was going to say, the Alan Wake thing. So they ran an article which was like, Alan Wake is what the future of PC gaming looks like, but only on NVIDIA. Also, it doesn't run on a 1080 at all. And I was like, now, I understand the thought that a game may look good, but if it doesn't run on, like, half the market, maybe something's fucked up with the game. Maybe it's not great. And yet, people are making posts. People are making posts. Oh, City Skyline is rendering teeth at all maximum distance, blah, blah, blah. And then when the developers go, no, it literally isn't doing that. Your data is wrong. That's incorrect. Yes, there are LOD problems that cause performance problems, but no, it's not doing what you're claiming. Commenters respond, oh, sounds like they're covering their ass and lying. And it's like, man, fuck you, morons. Yeah. It's not just gamers, mind you. This happens in all things. We just can't identify it because we share the same hobby with morons. Okay, we got... Right, they've acknowledged that there's performance problems, but also somebody was like, somebody was posting as an authority saying, I did all this profiling work and blah, 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 and that's why City Skylines runs poorly at 4K on my 1080 Ti. What did you expect? When did the 1080 Ti come out? Has it ever done 4K well? No. Why do you expect a brand new game to fucking perform at 60 frames per second on your 1080 Ti? Like, are you insane? The answer is no, you're a moron. And or a liar. There's that. Is something? Ah, yes, there's one there. Ow. Cut it out. Cut it out. Oh yeah, absolutely, Hector. And it more clearly shows, now more than ever, it more clearly shows that, like, yes, every brand new game is going to have performance problems on your... Hold on. I need a number. I need a number. Six-year-old graphics card. Can you imagine? 238-year-old graphics card. Can you imagine, though? My computer from 6 years ago can't run this new game at maximum power. Like, yeah, and? When, in what year would that statement have been allowable? Right? Like, when would it have been a defensible position to say, like, my 6-year-old system can't run this game at maximum? Right? Can a computer from 1986 run a 1992 game? By 1992, there were no Amiga games. Right? What year is it now? That's the problem, is that, like, yeah, it sucks. But also, like, yeah, does it support Hercules mode? This. Good. Oh, yeah. Ooh, a magical ticket. That's a good question. It's a darn good question. I feel like I'm actually going the wrong way. In fact, hold on. Hold on. $84. 77 to 84. I mean, the key thing, Navjack, right, is don't buy high-end stuff right when technology changes.
Sausage hot dog.
Oh, that's a good combination. Love to have a sausage hot dog. Yeah. Yeah, that's true, Radon. I think game, how do I put this? Game price.
Mushroom omelets.
Oh. That's probably not too bad, but you'd have to... Thank you, Sneakernets. Cream and mushroom omelet, probably not too bad, but you'd have to, like... You'd have to do a lot of extra work to make sure that it wasn't too juicy. A big part of it is probably also, I've been trying to say this for like 10 minutes now, is games have become cheaper relative to other goods over time by remaining the same price. So every game is a budget game compared to how much games cost relative to other goods. I won't say compared to wages, because wages also didn't keep up. But, like... when a game was... Bolt Vanderhuge, I want to, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. I played it for like 5 minutes or less. Yeah, there's like, I don't know, there's, I think, multiple problems that affect it. And it's not just confusing names for specs either, right? Like, it's like, how to put it? how do I put this? The companies selling the products having a say in the way that those products are reviewed is really, really troublesome for, like, figuring out anything about fucking hardware, right? I go back to the Wi-Fi router thing, right? Where some reviewer, like, showed that the numbers mattered and then stated that the numbers didn't matter. And it was like, well, okay. And so, like, we've got shit like Intel is like literally just releasing the same hardware again, right? Their new thing is just literally identical to the old thing. And people will still buy it. Akabidi, thank you for the 300 blitter flies. Yeah, but AMD's doing, like, basically the same thing, right? Right. But, like, AMD killed off their HEDT thing as well, right? Shortly after Intel did, right? I think, if I'm not getting this mixed up. By calling it and, like, now they're reintroducing HEDT, but it's not actually, it's just higher priced. Drop the mics for a minute there. So, what's this room? Save room. Good. This is what I wanted. So, like, AMD was like, yeah, we're bringing HEDT back, and it's literally just like, I don't know, some more cores or something. It doesn't have all the rest of the shit that HEDT effectively needs to be that, right? What's this? Skulls. What? I believe the sun and moon is here. I guess I need an item. That I don't have. Yeah,
Melon
but like...
soup.
Oh. Melon soup. That might be good. I had bad melon soup once, but it might have just been because the melon soup was bad. All right, we don't want to go here yet. I guess Soppy thanks for the 71 bits. But no, that's what I'm saying, right? Is that like Intel HEDT was like what 2014 or something was the last one, and then they just kind of like continued making that one and not keeping up with their newer designs. And now the assumption is, well, everybody's going to have a 4-slot graphics card anyway, so why bother? Straight on. These guys are annoying. What are we looking at here? 2 exit. We got all kinds of annoying guys. They are immune to cross, huh? I guess lizard men are the good guys. But yeah, they're like... mobile. Mobile gotcha. And maybe some slot machines. Hey, you asked. Get off me. Annoying. Huh? GPUs? Yeah, GPUs are 4-slot generally for the like high end. That's the point I'm making, Masumi. Is that... Yeah. Is that, like... The assumption with new motherboard manufacturers and PC architecture is... Nobody's going to be doing anything with their computer other than using a 4-slot GPU and an NVMe SSD, and that's it. And if they want to do more, they can If they want to do more, they can buy workstation class components for 10 times the price. Isn't this a thing where you have to, like, how do you do this? Don't you have to... Oh, I remember. It flips it over. Yeah. Yeah, Navjack, but it's not backwards compatible with PCIe 3, so... What? Do what? Like... You know what's something interesting about this game that a lot of games don't do? A lot of games of this type. Enemy tracking stops once they've begun their attack. Cut it out. I missed whatever that was. Yeah, but the problem is, right? What's the reason why you have to have these giant, like... these giant setups that... I hate this enemy. They give you something good, though, but... I don't know if I can be bothered. Ah, $400. I should... I don't think anyone necessarily is, right? I think it's more of a a group agreement session of like, here's the reason behind something we all think sucks. Ow. But yeah, the assumption is if you're going to be doing anything like... You know what's funny, though? One of the things that I've considered is like, at some point I'm going to have to upgrade my PC, right?
Welcome back. What would you like today?
At some point I'm going to have to upgrade my PC. I cannot reasonably update to
Would you like anything else? Is this fine? Yeah, certainly.
I can't reasonably update to anything with PCIe 5. So my plan when the time comes is going to be to when the time comes, my plan is going to be to find a second-hand, super high-end workstation and just switch to that and maybe eke another couple of years out of it. Exactly, being you. It depends. It depends, Navjack. Like, I was looking the other day. Let me see if I can pull up, let me see if I can pull it up.
Peanut butter sundae.
Ooh, I'd eat that. I'd regret it, but I'd eat it. I gotta find this one particular broker. Yeah, so like, let's see, what's the Xeon equivalent of a 9700, of a 9770? I know, right? Intel. No. 9700. What generation? Q219 Xeon processor. God, Xeon is even fucking harder to... What is... Intel 9700 architecture name? Coffee Lake. Let's see, Cascade Lake. Unit processor, dual processor. Fuck, I don't know shit about this. Quad. Xeon 62. Let's try that. Here. What are all these model numbers? Why can't I do a fuzzy search? Alright, what do these columns even mean? S-spec, cores, threads, frequency. Turbo boost. I want high single thread performance. 5216. 5222. 6231C. Ah, here we go. 6234. Let's try 6234. Nothing. Oh, those are still $1,000 processors, huh? This? Yeah, there we go. That's 6128. All right, what is no 6128? Gold 6128. Oh, that's a 17, not a 19. That's earlier. These are a bit older. Yeah, I don't know the I don't know the Xeon architecture names well enough. But, like, if I was upgrading my PC, I would probably aim to get, like, a refurbished workstation class system. I would aim to get a workstation class system as a base, and then just move the GPU into it, because there hasn't been a better GPU for what I do outside of the, like, $10,000 range, you know? So, like, I wouldn't benefit from anything other than having, like, workstation memory. PCIe 4. Right? I want PCIe 4. I want a system that's, like, very high-end in that specific bracket so that I can... Like, I don't want brand new, right? I want older workstation stuff because I want to just upgrade to the maximum of the tier that I'm already in, but instead of having whatever 6 cores and no hyper-threading... I want, you know, a powerful system based on the same architecture, because I'm never going to need that much CPU shit. Yeah, exactly. So, like, the big hitbox boys. The flame whip to do this? No, you just whip it. Start over. Let's go down here and start over. Come on. Come on, aim, you dipshit. Right. A big part of it too is that like having a like commercial work system, like having an enterprise class workstation system through and through would be real fucking nice, because like then I'd have shit like, yeah, like ECC RAM or whatever fucking other shit, and probably lower power consumption for a lot of stuff. A lot less questions of like, is my system doing something fucked up? Also more space so that I could actually put all of my capture cards. Well, not all of them, but I could put all the capture cards that I needed in and still have a slot left. You know? But yeah, if I was gonna do that, I'd be like, hey, BNU, help me look at CPUs and motherboards, chipset numbers, so that I can figure out what fucking Xeon isn't gonna fuck me over, because I don't fucking know anymore. Oh, we got another one of these. We've only got one exit here. I mean, the problem is I don't know who to trust. I don't have a source of truth. I can't trust chat because of GMT, right? I know I can't trust myself. Surely they wouldn't leave half this room empty for no reason, right? Well, let's see what's in here. Yeah, but it's not even HEDT price series. That's the problem. Saw it. This is actually much easier from this angle too, so I saw it again. Now what? This way? Now what? Unlock jewel. Oh, the stone that unlocks the prison that has been sealed for eternity. Excellent. We have acquired unlock jewel. What was in the other thing? What was the other item I got? I like immediately forgot. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yes, Soppy. Give it the 71 bits. It doesn't matter. It's prison time. I should probably fill up on MP. Where can I get a lot of MP? I guess there's a ball night in the
sandwich bowl.
Oh, it's a deconstructed sandwich bowl. Very good. But yeah, the big thing is that, like, no, I got this. I got the 6 tile in. Well, we can't see now, but I got the 6 tile in the. Right on. I got the 6 tile somewhere else, and then I flipped the 6 tile into a 4 tile. No, that's right. I got the 6 tile at the place where I did the thing. Let's go fill up on MP and then save it again. I got the 6 tile at the place where I have to put it back as the 4 tile, and then I flipped it. Was it just like a health up or something? Huh. So my problem is that, like, I need to, and I ran into this, again, I ran into this with a very specific requirement for a, I had a really specific requirement for a camera, and I still need to get that camera. I still need to find a camera that meets the specifications that I'm looking for. How do they not respawn? Oh no, they do. Skeletons suck for this. The Sun and Moon lever room is right off of the, that's the flipper room. It's right off the main zone. Right? It's gotta have been just like a dipshit item. Oops. But I have a specific desire for an area that I want to hit in terms of hardware, right? I don't want the best hardware. I want specific hardware. And like for a camera, I want a specific camera, not the best camera. And there isn't any way to, like, put those specific requirements together in a meaningful way anymore. this? No. This guy only gets hurt by magic. Negligible amount. Anyway. So yeah, it's basically like, I don't know. It would take me a while to like yeah, and it's one of the key things, right, is that like there's other criteria, right? Like, a lot of Xeons have really low core clocks. They just have tons of cores. I also need relatively high single-thread performance, which limits it to a certain set of Xeon processors, right? There's, like, everywhere from, like, 2.5 to, like, above 4. So there are, like, all these different configurations of Xeons for different purposes, and the problem is I need to like a big list of which Xeons are acceptable, and then I need to go look for like refurbished workstations that, like, I don't care if they come with a hard drive, I don't care if they come with a GPU. All it really needs to have is like ideally CPU, motherboard, memory, and ideally not be one of those things where it's like, yeah, you can't upgrade this because the PCI slots are like upside down and inside out and backwards, and only they're, you know, whatever fucking like specific, here's why regular cards don't work in this form factor. Because it's HP and it's Dell and it's, you know, whoever else. Like BNU, esports are for losers. Those are my go-to, like, okay, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing with this hardware, and you know how to understand. I can communicate my very specific needs to you and have it be understood and a recommendation made. But I'm not doing that anytime soon because this computer's going to work for quite a while longer, right? And the most egregious problem I've had was with Starfield, which wasn't that bad and easily mitigated. So, do I want the cross for this? Right. And thank you, Chris Series. Prison of Eternal Torture. It's gonna make me play like Block 7 on the Alucard route from Castlevania 3 or whatever. Yeah. I wish there was a way to do that more easily in Windows. Like, there should be a tab for precisely that. Only allow this program to do these things. Like, that it's not a basic function of operating systems is maddening to me. Bleeding. Ow. I'm cursed. Oh, curse prevents you from doing the thing. Uncurse. That's not helpful. I want... Can Grand Cross do it? Okay. Okay, you can hit the hand. You swing. You punch. Okay. Cannot be blocked. Okay. Faster now. Still hit him like pretty handily. Handily, get it? bleeding. That's his move. He's bleeding a lot. Oh. Now he goes for it. Ow. Ow. Swing, 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 swing while he's vulnerable. Is there any reasonable way to avoid that? Oh, he goes both ways with that. Oh, it broke the rock and hurt me. Why? Okay. Not what I wanted to do. I think I wasted a super potion, but I also killed him, so. Great, we got his balls. We did it! Does doing it actually, like, give you anything? I should have used Megingord there instead of the Jade Mask with 71 bits. I should save it before doing anything else.
Ice cream covered in mayonnaise.
Delicious. Looks more like mustard, but you know what they say? You know, there's like salted caramel, salty and sweet is the big deal these days. Everybody wants combinations of salty and sweet, and that's exactly what that is. How could you not like it? Salt, sugar, fats. It's the perfect combination. Interesting. Interesting, Rachel. I'm probably going to have to go to the money zone briefly to get more potions. I wish I hadn't accidentally used that that's true. That's true, Jackie. I wish I hadn't accidentally used that super potion, but oh well. Okay, can we just go to the thing here and get our MP back? Because if we can get our MP back, we can just use incense to recover our hearts. Yeah. He didn't make the noise that time. Fried water. Fried water is a very dangerous food to make. Yeah, it's true. Air fryers are all the rage. Frying air. Absolutely true. Air fryers. Hey! Wow. I'm going to take a break. Briefly, I need to get more coffee. Do. Let's put on some music. Enjoy the show. I'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. Hey, esports are for losers. Hey, Ragadom. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hope you're all having a good time. Esports are for losers. I have a question for you, actually. I have a question for you about computers. Yeah. This is unusually dark, isn't it? The topic came up, and I realized I'm missing a lot of information. Is there a way to determine, like, I can determine this in advance, and then I can wait around for the right combination of things to come up? So the capture card that I use is not compatible with PCIe 5. Right? So I was saying, when I do decide to upgrade at some point, if I should do so, I'm gonna go there. We want to just take the, we want to take the thing. It's just all lefts. If I, at some point, decide to upgrade, probably the best upgrade path would be to use a, to go with a, an older machine that was workstation class and, like, actually had lots of PCIe lanes, a lot of space on the slots, a lot of, like, a lot of cores, and not necessarily, like, wouldn't have to necessarily be hyper-threading, but no greater than PCIe 4. Oh, that's a good one. No greater than PCIe 4, but also, like, maximum availability of, like, memory and memory single-thread performance and number of cores on a Xeon platform. But I don't know shit about Xeon, it turns out. So, like, how do you figure out a model number of Xeon to even start looking for that? Right? Is it just know that a 65128 is the right one that you need and get it? Or is it, like, actually more nuanced than that, and there's a system by which you can figure it out? Bunch of info and insight. Oh, cool. Thank you, NoJack. Yeah, so you just have to dereference it, right? Like, just look for a look for a, like, bare bones workstation that's motherboard, CPU, memory, and then just dereference the chips from a list of those types of workstations. Yeah, and the platform generation, there's not, like, there isn't Consistency. Vanish Storm. Oh. It's not good. Like, there isn't a, like, oh, you want something that has this number in this place and this number in this place because those indicate the core count and the single thread boost clock or whatever. Click over here and look at this. Bronze. W. Yeah, hyperthreading isn't like a necessity, right? It's not necessary to not have hyperthreading. And it's just individual look up one by one. Yeah. But like if I was looking at PC SPP or whatever the acronym for that one seller is, I wouldn't be able to... there's no way that I can search for what I want outside of searching for many individual items and seeing which hit, or searching for other factors and looking at browsing the results and looking up each model number. Yeah, like I don't care about it isn't necessary that hyperthreading isn't there. It's just that like it's just not a concern for me. Oh. Can you imagine what Beavis and Butthead's hyper-realistic Twitch channel would look like? Also, hello, Hash Valentine. Like, hyperthreading is fine. It's not gonna negatively affect anything. Yeah. The secondary problem that introduces is vendor trust, right? Yeah. That's the problem, is that it's like, okay, this one has a high single thread performance. And that's absolutely that's going to be, I think, the hardest thing to find is single thread performance. Almost all Xeons are going to have more cores. Almost all Xeons would be an upgrade in cores. And like most of them in lanes and most of them in other stuff compared to what I have, right? So single thread performance being in the like, because what does the 9700 have for single thread performance? Right, because it's a base clock frequency of 3.6 and a boost of 4.9. So I'd want to be in the like, yeah, higher TDP clock boost will have higher single thread. Yeah. So that's the thing, is that like finding stuff that has higher clock regardless of core thread stuff will get me that high single thread performance that I eventually will need. Uh-oh. Well, no, because it's different, right? The clock doesn't have to be like, if you look at the Xeon clocks for whatever fucking architecture it is, the same, like look at like 2019. Oh, I gotta see that before. Let's see here. See what Bivork posted. Oh, no. Oh. Oh, no, Jubo. Oh. Ah! In the, like, guts chamber. Oh, multiple heads. That's good. And multiple hands. Posters of Butthead. Posters of Butthead. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I heart Bevels. Who's gonna start selling the I Heart Bevels shirt in their merch store? Anyway, what I was starting to say is, what is the, like, 2019 Xeon processor? Yeah, like, you can't even figure out what fucking processors come from what year. Like, by number or nothing, because it's like, oh, here's all these ones. They've all got 8s. These ones all have 4s. These ones all have 6s. Like, no matter what. So how do you know which one is from what year? Cascade Lake based. Yeah, okay, here we go. Coffee Lake, I guess, or Cascade Lake, I guess. But you have to know in advance what name for what year range. Just clipping it to his lip. Because you have to be close to the mic to talk into it. Right, so if we look here, right? It's like 4 gigahertz maximum and like unknown base clocks or whatever. Or all core / 2.0 turbo boost. I don't know what that means. But you have a lot of stuff with much lower clock frequencies than stuff. Comet Lake. Comet Lake. It looks like all the Comet Lake-based Xeon stuff is 2020. We're looking at Cascade Lake. Octa processor, Xeon Platinum. The other thing I don't know about is, like, cache size? I don't fucking know. And also, it's like gold dual processor, gold uniprocessor, but then it lists 16 cores. Like, I don't get it, you know? Oh! Wind tunnel. Wind tunnel Beavis. Oh, is that a licensing thing? But yeah, let's look at PCSP. These are, a lot of these are fucking custom things. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. And this is, okay, here's how fucked up this is, right? How do I find out what chipset this is? LGA 3647. Yeah, tell me what chipset. Tell me, no, fucking, I don't care that new options are available. I want the stats for this one, you fuckers. Why did, your site doesn't even work without, like, how many JavaScripts here? Like static.pub? No. Sorry, this product is out of stock. That let it pop up the modal. 1400 watt power supply. Intel C621. One by 4, 2 by 2, 4 by 1, 1 by 2 plus 2 by 1. What? PCIe 3. Max number of PCI Express lanes 20. That doesn't seem like a lot. Especially for a fucking Xeon board? That doesn't seem like very many lanes. But the but the product page for this workstation model claims expansion slots 5 by PCIe 16, 3 by PCIe 4, Gen 3, both Gen 3. So which is it? Which is it? Because that wouldn't work, right? And they, like, offer it with triple GPU capacity. But yeah, the example here would be, like, a system with a 24-core Platinum 8160. Right, what is a Platinum 8160? Platinum 81... Oh, not listed. Not listed on the Wikipedia page, so... Yeah, what is this? This is Skylake. So 1 generation older. 24 cores, 48 threads, max turbo 3.7. 150 TDP. PCIe 3, 48 lanes. What do we got? More? Oh. I like that he's placed his can of whatever with a straw in it on top of his miniature keyboard. Oh, I like the game they're playing. It's a good game. And the controller they're using. Anyway. Yeah, so the problem is, like, that's like a $1,500 system, right? $1,100 if I got one that was like a... Oh, hold on. Hold on, I didn't read that correctly. Or I could get... Or I could get... Check this out. There's one that's a... It's the same system, basically. But it has 2 Xeon Platinum 8160s in it. Two Platinum 8160s. For 48... 48 cores total. Yeah, how does that... I don't even know how that works, right? If I have two... If I had 2 Xeons... Are these 8160s? Yeah, 8160s. If I had 2 Xeon 8160s in a system... Right? Would that mean that I would have... the 48 lanes from each one for... 96 lanes plus the board's lanes? How does that work? It's not something where, like, oh, you want to use this card, well, it's going to take up lanes on both. Oh, look at those eye lasers. Like, it's not one of those things where, like, oh, you want to do something on like a human would, well, it's going to use double even though you have twice as many. Right? Is it that kind of setup? How does that end up working? I don't even know this stuff. This is beyond my, like, my area of expertise in hardware. So it's not like... It's not something where, like, there's some caveat and it's like, oh, well, actually, having the more lanes doesn't really mean anything because caveat, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so, like, if I spent $1,000 on upgrading to something like that, if I spend $1,000 upgrading to something like that, I'd never need to upgrade again until like architecture of computers has substantially changed, right? Is what I'm thinking. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, yeah, we don't use PCI Express anymore. We use this other standard that's like 100 million times faster. And that's what everybody's using now. Like, there's a power changeover happening right now that, like, it's going to really fuck a lot of things up and break backwards compatibility. And in 10 years' time, you'll need it. But, like, in 10 years' time, you might need it. But right now, most things are going to use converters or whatever because nobody's switching over that fast. Yeah, but have the instruction sets changed? Notably in like the last 5 years? That's what I mean, though, right? Is that, like, I feel like as long as I'm on, like, what? What was the one? Cascade Lake? What is Coffee Lake? Is Coffee Lake 2017? What's the... What did I say that number was? 8160? Ooh, big me. Platinum 8160? Platinum 8120? I never thought about that with the lanes per CPU thing, because that could be a really good way of getting a lot of... I mean, like, it's got to be a massive tower, right? If it has that many slots, it has to be a massive tower.
Welcome back. What would you like?
Hector, I don't like that you made that joke. I don't like that I got that joke.
Is this? Yes, certainly.
There's a lot to dislike here.
Is this? Would you like anything else? Is that all?
Oh,
like
Biffo.
today?
Oh boy.
Hello, chums. Welcome to another episode of Biffo's Retro Reviews, where I talk about all things old, school, and awesome. Today, I'm going to tell you about the
Cool
epic
and
first
awesome.
edition dungeons Dragon's campaign I ran for my pal Buster and my nephews Cuddly and Dudley.
Okay.
It was a blast. Let me tell you. First of all, I had to explain to them my house rules, which are very complex and detailed. For example, I use hundreds of dice of different shapes and sizes because they're more fun and realistic. Instead of rolling them once, I roll them multiple times and consult dozens of charts and tables to determine the outcome. Also,
This is just
I
Gary
make them use
Gygax.
elaborate character sheets because they are more immersive and accurate. Instead of filling them with simple numbers and words, I make them draw diagrams and write essays to describe their characters. And finally, I follow the official modules and settings because they are more authentic and canonical. Instead of using the original versions, I use my own modified versions that I've written in hundreds of pages of notes and annotations. Some of my other house rules include no alignment system because it is too restrictive and boring. Instead, I decide how the characters behave based on my mood and whim. No saving throws because they're too easy and convenient. Instead, I decide if the characters survive or die based on my judgment and preference. No experience points or leveling up because they're too predictable and rewarding. Instead, I decide if the characters improve or worsen based on my evaluation and feedback. No magic items or equipment because they are too powerful and useful. Instead, I decide what the characters have or lack based on my imagination and inspiration. So with these rules in mind, we started our campaign. The premise was that they were a group of adventurers who had to explore a mysterious dungeon full of traps and treasures. Sounds fun, right? Well, it was. For me, you see, I had designed the dungeon to be the most devious and inscrutable and unfair place ever. Every door was locked or trapped or both. Every corridor was dark or narrow or both. Every room was empty or filled with monsters or both. And every treasure was cursed or fake or both. The fun part was watching them struggle and suffer as they tried to make sense of it all. They kept asking me questions like, what do we see, or what do we see, or what do we smell? And I kept answering them with vague and misleading clues like you see nothing, or you hear nothing, or you smell nothing. They were so confused and frustrated. They also kept trying to use their skills and spells to overcome the obstacles, but I always found a way to negate them or backfire them. For example, when they tried to pick a lock, I told them they had to roll a done 1,000 and consult a chart to see if they succeeded or failed.
Done
When
1,000.
they tried to cast a light spell, I told them they had to roll a d20 and consult a table to see if they actually cast light or something else. When they tried to detect magic, I told them they had to roll a d10 and consult a graph to see if they actually detected magic or something else. Some of the things that happened in the game include: they entered a room that had a sign that said treasure room. They opened the door and found a pile of gold coins. They were overjoyed until they realized that the coins were actually chocolate coins wrapped in foil. Then they heard a loud click as the door locked behind them. Then they saw a timer on the wall that counted down from 10 minutes. Then they smelled gas filling the room. They encountered a group of goblins that offered to trade with them. They agreed and gave them some of their food and water in exchange for some information about the dungeon. The goblins told them that there was a secret passage in the next room that led to the exit. They thanked them and went to the next room. They found the secret passage and followed it. It led them to a pit full of spikes. They found a chest that had a lock that looked like a puzzle. They solved the puzzle and opened the chest. Inside was a scroll that had a spell written on it.
Tony X68K, thank you for the 2 years. 2 whole years. Pause Biffo for a moment while this plays. Excellent. Where were we?
They read the scroll and cast the spell. It was a wish spell that granted them one wish. They wished for a way out of the dungeon. The scroll granted their wish by teleporting them outside, into a volcano. They met an old man who claimed to be a wise sage who knew everything about the dungeon. He offered to help them if they answered his riddles correctly. They agreed and listened to his riddles. They were impossible to solve because they had no logic or sense behind them. The old man laughed at their attempts and mocked them for their ignorance. He then revealed himself to be a powerful wizard who cast a spell that turned them into frogs. They found a fountain that had a sign that said, "Drink me." They were thirsty and decided to drink from the fountain. They felt a strange sensation in their bodies as they drank. They looked at each other and realized that they had grown extra limbs and organs. They were horrified and disgusted by their new appearance. They tried to find a way to reverse the effect, but they couldn't. They were so angry and desperate. But I saw nothing wrong with anything I had done. After all, I was just being creative and challenging them. That's what a good dam does, right?
Good damn.
Well, apparently not, because after a few hours of this torture, they had enough. They started to argue with me and accuse me of being unfair and cruel. They said I was ruining the game for them and that they wanted to quit. They even threatened to leave my channel and unsubscribe. But I didn't care. I just laughed at them and told them they were being pathetic and incompetent. I told them they should be ashamed that they couldn't handle such a simple and fun game. I told them they should be honored that I was giving them such a unique and memorable experience. I told them they should be amazed that I was sharing my genius with them. But they didn't listen. They just packed their stuff and left in a huff. They said they never wanted to play with me again or watch my videos again. And that's how the campaign ended. Well, chums, that's all for today's episode of Befoe's Retro Reviews.
Befoe's.
I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. If you did, please hit that like button and leave a comment below. And if you didn't, well, tough luck. See you next time.
Well, tough luck. Thank you, Chubo, for the wonderful Befo. Yeah, okay. Here's a good example. Here's a better example of the kind of thing I'm talking about. So like a 6154, same board, two Xeon Gold 6154s is like $790 plus tax probably, which is like 36 cores, 90 something, 96 PCIe lanes, 106 PCIe lanes, right? So like, that's a pretty good deal for not that much compared to buying new consumer level computer parts, right? And it meets the requirements of like, it meets the requirements of like the lower PCIe levels. But it's a question of like, there's probably something better in that range that produces a like more improved PC than that, right? It's just, it's not going to be cutting edge. It's going to be...
What would you like today?
Yeah, like it's not that bad for...
Is this fine? Yes, certainly. Anything else? What would you like today? Okay, I don't mind. Is this okay? Yes, certainly.
There we go.
Anything else? I appreciate your business.
But again, right? I'm not planning on upgrading right now because I don't need to. I can do all the stuff that I do just fine. But like, that's the consideration. That's where I'm looking instead of like, oh, if I was going to build a computer today, what would I do? Well, I'd buy a several years old workstation with like a really good processor around the same level as what I have now. Because I mean, shit, what does a single one of those processors go for if you're not buying it in a refurb PC? Like $2,000 or something? But there's also like the W line of Xeons that I'm not even looking at, right? Like the Xeon W line is probably a better fit because it's probably higher single thread performance and less cores and the same number of PCIe lanes per CPU. I just don't know them. I don't think this game is available on anything but PlayStation 2, is it? Is it? No. No, it was never released on anything other than PlayStation 2. There's different Castlevanias that might be. Did that beep boop? Okay. It's working. This is not Lords of Shadow, no. The title's on the left-hand side of the screen. Although I know sometimes that gets cut off. Energy. Seen Rapid Slash. Nice. Hey, so far, how's it going? Whoa!
Jackie,
oh,
you can save your
that's
game here.
Cool. I'm keeping that.
Jin told him she had come for him.
Where do I need to be? Here? Yeah. And then here. How's it going so far? This game is great.
Korath, exposed
Excellent
for his
game.
deceit, became angered and attacked Kila without pause.
We're just in the like final sections of the game. We've just beaten the secret super boss. Now we gotta go get the requisite stuff for the good ending. Get the Crimson Stone. Heart of the Fallen. That's a combination of several game titles.
And so they fought.
Lords of Alien. Maybe I don't like that one as much. Maybe I want the cross. I'm still waiting for your playthrough of Eye of the Beholder so far, since you like it so much. What happens if I can just bypass this, right? Super potion. We used to have this, like, time-wasting game... Activity? When I worked at EA. Which was... You would take a property of some type. Oh. So, like, say, video games, right? And you would... Each person would... add... These guys suck. Each person would add one word to the beginning or the end without modifying the existing... without modifying any of the existing stuff or modifying the name. You'd add one word to the beginning or the end of the growing in size connected title. And each person would take a turn, and then the this one? I don't want to go this way first. No, I definitely do, because I don't know what's in that tower. Champion. Yeah, pretty much. And so then like whoever in the group couldn't add on to it that was when the round ended. And you'd start over. I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to think of what one of the long ones was. It was something like for films. It was like Space Cowboys from Hell's Angels in the Outfield of Dreams of Our Fathers, or something like that. It was this absurd long connection. Yeah, I love the designs in this game. So you're not thinking of the 72 bits. Mashing together existing. I think it was basically a house rule that you...
Spaghetti tiramisu.
I see the spaghetti in there. I think the combat in this game is great. This game does a lot of stuff that, like, other better regarded games don't do. It's just, it's not like, it's not Devil May Cry because, like, doing, like, stylish big combat wasn't the purpose of the game, right? So like your combos are pretty simple. They're sometimes situationally useful, or you're not supposed to be chaining one combo into the next guy and the next. There's a cadence to it, right? I think this has enough of the exploration focus elements in it, and like puzzle elements, that it works really well. I mean, yeah, that's the other problem, is that I don't think there's anyone left at Konami who can make a game, period. I mean, except for the Dragon Crest. Opens the door that leads to the throne. Where's the fucking... Am I remembering this wrong? I thought those were just lawyers at this point, Rachel. I haven't paid close attention, but like, I don't know, games that work. If it's going to be a remaster, maybe improvements to the existing games. Yeah. If your largest platform for a release is fucky, then clearly you know what the problem was. Right? Does the Crimson Stone... Does the Crimson Stone just, like, show up in the final thing and you don't actually have to do anything to get it? But, like, right? Like, if you're like, I don't know what people wanted, and you can also admit that the largest platform that a collection was released on, good luck, Zofar. Good luck. Let's not talk like that. Let's time you out. Unacceptable. So, like, the, oh. Yeah, good luck. Good luck. Hey, it just works, right? Do I need to do anything? I should look this up, because I don't want to have to do the, like, final fight again. X299, because the what was it, to C621 or something? Yeah, I'm on System 9. Where's my Mac? There. I want to do a Mac. I want to do a Mac stream one of these days. Lament of Innocence. Crimson Stone. I guess it just shows up. MorphOS. But yeah, for me, the if I was to upgrade, my upgrade path would be like looking for a refurbished full workstation set that I can just move my GPU and drive my GPU and hard drives over to, so that I can like avoid the problems of like building a new PC and the cost, while ending up with better performance that'll last for quite a while, right? I'm gonna eat this cheese before we fight the end bosses.
Food. Food.
The thing is, Navjack,
Food.
what is a... What would it cost to get 256 gigs of memory? How much would 256 gigs of memory
Jane
run you?
emitted a fiery flame from her palm, lighting the dark chamber. She saw Fade, no longer covered in darkness. She hissed that there was no escaping, and she attacked.
While I'm eating my cheese, we can think about this. What was it, 6154? Yeah, so let's have a look here. Was there a 6154 with... Yeah, here we go. Is this DDR4? Yeah, DDR4. 128 gigs of DDR4. 2 6154s. Right, which are, let's check. 3.7 max turbo. 18 cores each. 3 UPI links. I don't know what that means. PCIe 3, 48 lanes each. Turbo Boost 2. Speed shift. Hyperthreading. Transactional synchronization extensions. SSE 4.2 AVX, AVX2, AVX 512. 2 FMA units. Yes on all the security and reliability. Akabidi, thank you for the 300 quantum computers. A quantum of computers. The 6154 itself sells for $160, it looks like. And 128 gigs of DDR4 is like $150. What was the number? This is probably where the cost comes from. C621. Yeah. These are like 300, 400, 550, 600, 900 for C621 boards. But this whole PC, no GPU or hard drive, but all the other stuff is $928. It's cheaper than any one component if you bought new stuff. And it probably performs fairly similarly, except in some edge cases.
Dr. 300, just get a quantum computer quantum. Quantum quantum, visual quantum quantum, whatever on time call pool. To unpack can quantum. Quantum comment off. Tantum, Dumputum, Buntua, New Pum, One to Wantum. Computer Wantum, Louis Quantum, Incomptantan, Marlin Time, Tail. Tantum, your computer, Sesh. There. Better let him do you. Atadania, come to. Doctor.
Bumped him.
Strawberry. Come from one to and come and move to. To protein, they want to and Antum contum terrabum contum contu. Ma buntum perentu.
Excellent. Thank you, Akabidi, for the 300 bits. 300 quantum computers. Dragon Quest is shining suspiciously. Walter Bernhardt.
Welcome. I have been waiting, Leon.
Walter. I will never forgive you.
I see. It seems you have enjoyed the gift that I gave you.
Yes. Thanks to that, I now have the power to defeat you.
Well, that power is quite something. But I am beloved by the night. You will taste my powers.
I'll kill you and the knight!
Interesting. Now the curtain rises on this delightful little game.
And the knight!
What? Now there is nothing left to protect you. I'll fulfill my promise to Sarah now!
Not yet. The power of the night is still full. I shall teach you the meaning of true terror.
Oh, we did explosions.
Light switch.
Buddy.
Korath came to him with an aquila to kill him.
Oh.
Madness turned on 21, seeking his next victim.
Why are these at the bottom of the list? So you're not saying for the food.
Jin emitted a fiery flame. Stitch saw a specter of his own image started attack covered in darkness. She hissed that there was no escaping, and she attacked.
But yeah, BNU, I meant to ask you about it. Like, do you think that 100 and how many? 106 PCIe lanes would be enough at PCIe 3? Do you think there would be substantial deficiencies in performance for a system like that? Keep laughing. Behold! Cactus B, thank you for the raid. That hurt a lot. Do I have any mod around? Thank you for shouting out Cactus B. Turn of the Oberdin. That game looks very cool. It is also a game, it is one of the handful of games that I can't really play because it makes me immediately nauseous and gives me a headache.
It can't be. This should not have happened.
Sarah's suffering. And Ronaldo's grief. Carve them into your cursed body and perish.
But with my powers, I will surely come back to life. I could not obtain the Crimson Stone. But someday, it will be mine. No! You betrayed me! I shall take your soul!
There's Famousom, thank you for the 300 cockadoodly doos.
This power I offer to the king who wields the Crimson Stone!
Oh man. The surprise! Holy shit! The guy from the intro.
Excellent. I never spent a better night.
I'm gonna give him 100 bits.
Cheer 100. Frying an egg. 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 Frying an egg.
You didn't
frying an egg.
disappoint me,
Frying an
Leon.
egg. Frying an egg.
I knew
frying an egg.
without a
Frying an
doubt
egg.
that you
Frying an
would
egg.
accomplish
Frying an egg.
this.
Frying an egg.
What is
Frying
the
an egg.
meaning of
Frying an
this?
egg. Frying an egg. Frying an
I
egg.
needed a
Frying an egg.
powerful
Frying an egg.
vampire soul.
Frying an egg. Frying an egg.
That's all.
Frying an egg.
Are you
Frying an egg.
saying you
Frying an egg.
used me?
Frying an egg. Frying an egg. Frying an
Not
egg.
just
Frying
you.
an egg. Frying an egg. Frying an egg. Frying an egg.
Your
Frying an egg.
betrothed,
Frying an egg.
Sarah, Ronaldo, and Walter.
We free the moment.
I used
Silent
all
till
of them.
the Oh,
I never thought it would go so well, though.
that Carolo. Now Carolo Zero. Carolo.
The Crimson Stone?
The Carolo.
You know it. I'm impressed. I made Walter's soul mine with the power of this
Now that'll
stone.
do. Long that'll do.
I sense a rage from this whip.
Carolo.
Matthias. You abandoned humanity?
Matthias
That's right.
Trunk
By
Fist.
becoming a vampire, I entered your life. That was my goal. It was my revenge against God.
Revenge against God?
Risked our lives and fought for the sake of God.
Leon is a transplant from Star Ocean 2.
Mercilessly stole away the one I loved most. When all I ever wished for was Elizabeth's safety. If limited life is God's decree, then I shall defy it. And within that eternity, I shall curse him forevermore.
Matthias.
Leon, after what you've been through, you should know.
Yes, you're right. I do understand how you feel. I too.
Then come with me. I will give you eternity too.
You wretched fool.
What?
Is this what the woman you loved would have wanted? The Matthias I know would not have loved such a woman.
Elisabetta was a kind, honorable woman. She was concerned only for me to the very end. That is why I hate him. Am I wrong? Did you not defeat Walter with hatred in your heart too?
Yes, I'd be lying if I claimed otherwise. But defeating him... No. Preventing others from suffering the same cursed fate. That was Sarah's dying wish. Granting my beloved's wish. That is all I can do to prove my love to Sarah. Eternity without her
We all know
would be nothing but emptiness.
that you remarried and had kids, Leon.
I thought that you would understand. Dawn is coming. Farewell, Leon. Death is all yours.
70 bits.
Ciao FPS Market Placer VTS.
So you're not thinking for the 70 bits?
By my master's orders, you will be destroyed here and now!
Okay.
Time for a meat whip.
Now growing on trees.
Okay, we can hurt Death. Oh, they blow up. That's a good... Those are good minions. Will he continue with other attacks? Yes, he will. Okay. Got it. Gotta get rid of the minions quickly. This maybe? No. Minions cannot be attacked. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Death overcomes all.
We gotta do the other fight first, too. I wonder if I can memorial ticket out during the death fight. I don't think I can. Making the minions unable to be targeted by the, sub-weapons kind of sucks. Because it means the sub-weapons are completely useless during that fight.
That 300, what does the fox say? Reading, ding, diggeraging. Cheering, ding, ding, ding,
ding. With 300 bits for spam a sub.
Ding, 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 ding. What the fox say? Wait, the pow. What, papa, pow. The papa, pow. Papa, power. What the fox say? GTTO. GTTTO. What the fox say? What the fox say? You will communicate on my horse.
That's what he says. Oh, I should equip, Zingaman. Oh, behold his strength. It's off camera, but behold it. Saber Viper, thank you for 5 months. Agnes, Grand Cross, Michael's. Potion? Potion? Oh, you do it twice without teleporting in between. Ugh. Oh, come on.
Minions!
Yes, only do that one.
Minions!
Don't do minions. I hate minions. Fine. Hey, that's not a valid move. Okay, that's not really possible to avoid. What? Deadly Tempest. Diddly Pippist.
Deadly Tempest!
Diddly Pippist. Yeah, keep doing Diddly Pippist. It's easy to avoid. No, not that one.
Deadly Tempest!
Oh, okay. Maybe don't do that version of it.
Deadly Tempest!
Oh, I didn't mean to use the super potion. I guess I used up all my other regular potions.
Deadly Tempest!
It's annoying.
Deadly Tempest! Deadly Tempest! Deadly Tempest! Deadly Tempest!
I like how Deadly Tempest can, like, can like continually hit you.
Deadly Tempest!
To think that I would be...
I have the power to destroy all related to the vampires. Though you have divine powers, you are no exception.
Unfortunately for you, as long as my master survives, I will rise from the dead.
I see. Give him this message. You have become a cursed being, and I will never forgive you. This whip and my kinsmen will destroy you someday. From this day on, the Belmont clan will hunt the night.
Yes. Uh-oh. Whoa! 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 They really need to do
Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt.
spam something for the 300 diddly pippist.
So, he did it.
Castlevania staff. There you go. Castlevania. Lament of Innocence. That's a really good game. It's a great game. The ending, like, once you get to Dracula, I mean Walter Bernhardt, the game's story takes a huge dive in terms of, like, we put all of this stuff at the end boss. Thank you, Sir Spamasum. 300 diddly pippis.
I'm gonna give him 100 bits. I'm gonna
Cheer
go.
100
Heh. Sever, thank you for the 100 heh. Once you get to the end boss, it's like, hey, surprise, here's a whole bunch of other stuff that, like, wasn't even hinted at throughout the entire game. And, like, putting the Crimson Stone thing in Matthias's hands and, like, I don't know. it feels a little weird there. But otherwise, like, the part of the game that you play is excellent. So it's like, I don't know. Cool game. I like it. Even the optional super boss isn't like fucked up, frustrating or anything. You can do it in one shot if you have an idea about the mechanics and like a bunch of resources. So I think it's cool that they like, I think this game is extraordinarily well balanced. So Matthias is introduced in the intro, and there's like all this backstory, but Matthias only appears in the intro and at the end, and
so
has nothing to do with the
story of
middle.
the Belmont clan's struggle against evil begins.
Sir Spamison, thank you for the 300
However,
bits.
Matthias and the Belmonts will not meet again for hundreds of years. Matthias goes into hiding in foreign lands and continues to curse God for eternity. Eventually, he names himself Lord of the Vampires, King of the Night. The years before their next meeting pass slowly and quietly, but with finality. The intermission in this exquisite play from which two souls will never escape.
Oh, man.
Glad pay him with that left quiet mind because he
Crazy mode.
Giggity. 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 Giggity.
There we go.
Goo.
Giggity goo.
Giggity, giggity, goo giggity. Giggity, goo.
Giggity.
Joe Chim.
Giggity. Goo giggity. Giggity. Goo. Giggity. Giggity. Goo.
Giggity, giggity. Giggity, giggity.
Goo giggity. Giggity.
Giggity, giggity. Giggity, giggity. Giggity goo.
Giggity. Giggity.
Castlevania, Lament of Innocence. Crazy. So wait, who do you play as in Curse of Darkness? He was a random vampire. Hector? I don't know what crazy mode does, actually. Dracula's Dracsmith. Yeah. There you have it. Castlevania Lament of Innocence. Very good game. Definitely recommend playing it if you like a 3D game with exploration and combat. Pretty much. It's not much more to say, really. It does a lot of really nice stuff. The one thing it does have, though, is that it will just throw you back to your save game if you die. So you want to be saving often. You want to identify. It does a really good job of identifying where save points are. Like, the maps work really well. Some of the stuff is a little obtuse, like jumping in the painting to get the item there, and like, but most of the stuff hidden behind that is entirely optional. I forget it. Are there multiple endings, or is it all like identical endings? Ah, thank you, Nico Jazz. That sounds unpleasant. But if people want a harder challenge, that'll do it. You can't spam potions like I love to do.